Dude, oh my god, that Beyond Light intro. Holy shit. Oh my god, sorry. I had to unmute immediately for that one. What the fuck? I'm gonna be screaming a lot during this reveal chat. Hi. Oh my god. Hi, everyone. Edge of Fate reveal stream. They've been playing new music for like the last 15 minutes while I've been setting up stream, and I've been going positively insane. There's the fucking Echoes motif again. It fucking is again, dude. Sorry, I'm immediately just gonna hop into music analysis. I'm gonna listen back to this later once we're done with the dungeon race. But like, holy. Oh, Beyond Light. I think this is Peter again. Actually, no, wait. The way that's together with Guardian. That's extremely Brendan Williams, like, keep the voices core. This might be Brendan. I think this is Brendan. Oh, dude, thank you so much for coming back to the music team, man. Oh, oh, that Be Brave. Destiny music hype. By the way, chat, since the Edge of Fate soundtrack is confirmed to be releasing with the Collector's Edition of the Year of Prophecy, mark your calendars, July 14th, the Edge of Fate soundtrack listening party with the Destiny music community. I'm announcing that officially here for the first time, but like, we've already been talking about it. It's already in the planning stages. Mark your calendars, July 14th at 6 p.m. BST. That'll be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars. Because we know it's happening now. This sounds like a patrol with an action layer. Every single track so far, I think, has been new, by the way. If you had to choose one thing you liked about episode Echoes, what would that be? Encore. Encore was a decent mission. The story sucked. The music was really good. Oh. Oh, hello, Inner Light. About the other episode, Revenant, I really liked Kel's Vengeance. I thought Kel's Vengeance was fantastic. Not much else to like about Revenant, honestly. Heresy was overall, like, decent. It was fine. Oh my god. This is not Peter either. This is somebody new. Guardian? Oh my god. Dude, this feels like Final Shape level, like, how do I describe, like, climactic? Like, tell me this doesn't feel like Final Shape level climactic, like heroic and all that shit. I thought we were losing tracks like these with Sky leaving Bungie. I'm so glad that's not the case. Like, I thought we were done with tracks like these after Sky left. Ooh! Huh? Hello? What? The fucking path? Oh, the stream lagged. They would not fucking put the path in the Edge of Fate. Who did this? Who the fuck is responsible for that? I need names. I need names right now. I need names right fucking now. They brought back Wilbert Roger? It's possible, but it's... like, I think a lot of this has been Brendan Williams. Oh. Opening an action track with The Path, dude? The Path is the very first track from Music of the Spheres. The first album that was made as, like, Destiny's music concept. The Path is, like, the core of Destiny's music. Oh, there's fucking Resist the Legion again. Dude, I'm not being edged. I am straight up, like, cooming. It's all over my screen. Resist the Legion is a Cabal track? Not technically. The motif is not a Cabal motif. Oh, good Guardian. Dude, what am I even meant to say? I don't need to see gameplay. I'm sold on the Edge of Fate. I don't need to see gameplay. I don't need to see gameplay no more. Just send me the invoice. Yeah, Wilbur Roger made 2 tracks from Forsaken, Watchtower, and Accursed, and he is now the composer of Helldivers 2, which means he is working for Sony. Yeah, the Destiny gravy has not been lost. It's still here. Oh! This sounds like the most heroic Guardian motifs in the franchise. Oh! Hello, the path. I'm gonna fucking cry, dude. Oh, patrol track for sure. Patrol track for sure. Hello, Guardian. This sounds like Rotom. Yeah. Yeah, this is Rotom. Also, hello everyone in chat. Hello, Chelsea. Hello, Some Tired NB. Hello, Jay Neasley. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello, Eggy. Hello, Gibson. Hello, Alana. I wonder if Chris contributed again. I would expect Chris Derrickson to be on the soundtrack, yeah. I would assume so. Maybe this is Josh? This percussion is giving Josh. Ooh, that little riff. Okay. Fuck, we have like a minute left. I'm way too obsessed with this music. Can they like delay the reveal so I can listen to more of this, please? Oh. Hello, be brave. Ba-da-da-da. Ah, no. Never mind. I was expecting that to go into Inner Light. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blood language violence. Love me some of that.
What follows light and shadow is silence.
Feet. Show me feet.
That silence breaks.
Yeah! Sorry.
I am summoning you as a new age begins.
That's a new voice actor, I think.
I see sapient life turn to each other. They remember how to look to the stars. They remember curiosity.
Fucking essence pyramid. Oh, you can like faintly see a ship in those bubbles.
But they have forgotten. They forgot we were here long before the Traveler.
Yeah, they were.
They forgot that they need us. But they are fated to remember. I will remind them. I'm sure you will. But not through me. Find someone else.
She's dissenting. Oh, are we getting Orin back? Out of the emissary? We finally getting Orin back?
My will is my own.
So we are getting, that's probably Orin. Oh, look at them, smiley
everyone, hello
faces.
and welcome here to Bungie HQ in beautiful Bellevue, Washington. We have got an amazing stream lined up for you to tell you a little bit about the Edge of Fate and the future of Destiny 2 as well. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, but no need to worry. As always, I am joined by some of my amazing colleagues here at Bungie to share some of the finer details of the stuff that we're going to be getting into today. So, how about we go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got. Starting first with this gentleman on my right and to your left is someone that you've probably seen if you've tuned into our streams before or Vidocs, the one and only Mr. Robbie Stevens, Assistant Game Director here at Bungie. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Andy. It's
Hey,
always
Robbie.
a pleasure to spend a day with you.
Yeah, it's been a nice time, honestly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
always.
To that end as well, for anyone
Where's
that
Tyson
doesn't get to
Green?
hang out as much as we do,
I don't think I saw him.
a little bit about yourself and what
Oh,
you
hey,
do
there's the
here.
collector's
Yeah,
edition
sure.
statue,
So,
by the way.
I'm one of the creative and game directors for the game, so that means like I'm a vision
captions
holder,
are
and I
delayed.
work across the entire Destiny team with people like Allison and Dylan on the couch here to chart a new course for Destiny and a new future for the game, and just incredibly excited to be sharing with everyone today of what we've been up to.
Yeah, can't wait. We've got a big show ahead, so thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, as we move, right on down the
Allison,
line,
the
someone who
narrative
is also
lead.
the good opportunity to join us on these
Or, like,
streams as well.
narrative
He's now
director, I
firing
think.
some finger guns like a pro. Destiny's narrative director, the one
Narrative
and only
director,
Allison
yeah.
Lures. Allison,
Hello.
how's it going?
It's going so good. I'm here on a couch and I get to yell about Destiny with you. So
Not
it's a
bad
good day.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take that anytime I can. Well,
Same.
for anyone who also hasn't had a chance to yell on couches about Destiny with us or hasn't joined us in the past,
Yeah.
do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Allison. I'm the narrative director for Destiny 2. And so that means it's the job of me and my team to make you laugh and make you cry and make you go, whoa, I totally forgot about this thing from 8 years ago. How did they remember? It's because we're good at our jobs. It's true.
Yeah, as someone who gets to sit in on the writers'
I
room, you can
literally
have a look at that.
rewatched
So
the
thank you.
Invitations of the Nine this
Thank you so
morning,
much.
just
And of
because
course,
I
as we
knew
move
they
right on
would
down
be
the line,
relevant.
the gentleman there at the very end of the
And
couch,
considering
someone
that,
who is a
I
friend
mean,
to all
the
Guardian
emissary is
kind,
now
who's known
defecting
far
from
and
the
wide,
Nine.
a member of the Destiny Global Comms team,
Like,
here at
that
Bungie,
it is
Mr.
relevant.
Dylan
It is
Gaffner.
100%
How's it going,
relevant.
It's going well. How are you, Andy?
Dylan.
Well, thank you so much for
Got to make sure to ask every time.
I appreciate it. You know all the help I can get. Well, to anyone
Big up
out there who may
DMG.
not have accosted
Love
you
your
on the
schizo
wild world
post
of
on
social media,
Twitter.com.
or is just somehow meeting you for the first time, do you mind telling us about what you do here at Bungie?
My name is Dylan Gaffner, formerly community team, where we would go out.
Oh,
collect
he's
your
the global
feedback, translate
comms
it
lead
to
now. He
the,
got a little
dev
bit of
team,
an
and
upgrade.
then bring their information
A bit of
back
a
to you,
promotion.
kinda be that middleman. Now I'm on global comms, so I'm going to be in more of like a puzzle piece organization stage of what do we talk about, when do we talk about it, why do we talk about it, and then just making sure we get the information out to all players.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it. Thank you for always being the voice of the player inside our hallowed halls. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, now that we've kind of got the intros out of the way, let's talk about our new saga. Robbie, I'd love to start with you. What's up next in Destiny, and where are we exploring?
Yeah, so our first expansion this year, The Edge of Fate, is the start of a
Fate
brand
Saga.
new multi-year saga
The
called
Fate
The
Saga.
Fate Saga.
Okay.
And so we want to tell a story about something older, about the nature of fate itself. Are we bound by it? Can we fight it? Because before the
Okay,
Traveler ever
that's-
arrived in
yeah,
our solar system,
that's an interesting
there's already
place to go
space
to.
magic here, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately, this is a story that we're going to explore one of Destiny's biggest mysteries and the foundations of the universe
Yeah,
itself.
that makes sense.
You're talking about the Nine, aren't you?
Who
Yeah.
told you?
I think it's
Subtle,
How did
I
you
know.
know?
How did you know?
We did such a good job with this
Really
secret.
buried that lead, didn't we? Yeah.
just a little bit.
That's, but I mean, to that end, so who and maybe more appropriately, what are the Nine?
Yeah, so buckle up. In the simplest description possible, the Nine are extraordinarily powerful beings that have been in the solar system for way, 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 way longer than the Traveler.
Yeah.
We can think of them as being kind of connected to each of the major celestial bodies in Sol.
Yeah, the
so
9
that's
planets.
each of our 8 planets plus the Sun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pluto.
It's messed up.
Didn't make the cut.
All right, fair.
I don't make the rules. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. But the important thing
Oh,
to know
so
about
Music
them
of the
is that,
Spheres makes
this
so
is
much
why we're going to be
sense.
so focused on the solar system for the next saga. We want to ask questions about our home that we've never asked before.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Nine, obviously, Eagle-eyed Guardians have been able to spot references to them for quite some time, whether it be outright ominous or a straight-up game show in some cases. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about what we should expect from them?
Expect to be surprised. We're, like you said, the lore of the Nine really ranges from like Star Horse infinitely neighing to the Nine doing genuinely awful, awful things in our lore. And so the important thing to know about them is
Nine are
that the
fucked
Nine
up.
are individuals.
Yep.
This isn't a collective. It's not like a
Yep.
hive mind. Each of them are kind of their own being, their own person in the loose definition of a person. They have different wants and desires. They can ally with different members and fight with different members too. In the words
it's
of
not
one
like
of our
The Witness
characters
where
really
it's
early
like,
on, there
there's
are
a few dissenting
aliens,
voices.
and
They
then
are-
there's aliens, and then
They
there
are
are
all different
aliens,
people.
and that latter one is what the Nine are qualified as.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right, so beings of obviously immense power are something that the Guardians have gone toe-to-toe with in the past. We've even faced off against the very embodiment of the darkness itself.
Yeah.
What could be tougher than that?
Yeah, so this is something that we think about a lot about because ultimately
Wait,
the
how do you
Nine
follow
seek
up The
to
Witness?
free
Yeah.
themselves
Yeah.
at no matter the cost to humanity, and because they're extra dimensional in the ways that Allison are describing, they're not bound by the same rules that we are, that we've really experienced before in the game today. And so humanity and the Guardians, to many of them, are ultimately just bugs that can be squashed on, that they don't really care or think about beyond, achieving their ultimate goals. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the last 10 years, Guardians have really just been making their own fate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so the Nine is challenging that. How are we going to deal with it?
Yeah, whether we like it or not, the Nine have a plan for us. And like you said, Guardians are really
They
good
have a
at making
fate
their
for
own
us.
fate and going out and deciding who they want to be. But what happens when them deciding to make our own fate is exactly what our fate is? Like, what if that
Yeah.
was the plan all along?
What if
These
us
are
defeating the Witness was
extra-dimensional
part of the
beings.
plan?
That means they perceive our reality in a very different way and can interact with it in a very different way.
It's
Yeah.
like they're a move ahead in chess.
Weird.
Interesting.
Reference. But you were
Hey,
mentioning
reference.
obviously the Fate Saga is one of the subjects of today. How long can we expect the Fate Saga to last?
Yeah, so the Fate Saga is going to play out over several years, and ultimately, we know where we're driving this car. We know where we're going. With
Several
it.
years. They're not
but the
giving
conclusion of the Edge of Fate
a-
itself is going to leave you with more questions than answers, and it's going to be
Of
a
course,
catalyst
of course. That's
into
kind
this
of-
new multi-year saga. Because
that
we really
needs
want
to happen.
return Destiny to being a game about big questions, right?
Yeah.
And so the way we think about this is about pouring jet fuel
that makes a lot
into
of
the
sense.
speculation engine of the game. So we're going to be
We kinda
revealing a
need
lot of ideas,
questions.
a lot of concepts, and many of them we're not going to be answering immediately because we're going to be telling the story over multiple expansions, and we're going to be
Yeah.
giving you those expansion
Yeah,
beats
that makes
more
sense.
times than we have before in the past. And so the Year of Prophecy kicks off with the Fate Saga, and with it, humanity is now set on a collision course with this celestial
July 15th,
pantheon,
there it is.
of the system that has been here for a very, very long time. And so the Edge of Fate launches on July 15th. And then the second expansion of our Year of Prophecy is Renegade, which
Renegades,
comes
this winter.
And then later in 2026, we've got Shattered Cycle and
Oh!
The Alchemist.
Whoa,
It's a lot
whoa,
of stuff.
whoa,
Yeah, a lot of exciting
whoa.
beats. And so again, the Edge of Fate is just the beginning of this
Shattered
long journey
Cycle and
of
The
this
Alchemist.
awesome vehicle we're all jumping into and driving together, and it's going to take us to some new places.
That's exciting. So, with regards to the Edge of Fate right here in front
Those
of
are
us,
banger titles.
You were also nice enough to bring the class something today. You've got some gameplay with you,
Oh
right?
yeah, we got some clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should
Show,
we should
please.
this off.
It's a
Check-
doozy.
Let's check
Check it out.
it
The present. Let's check it out.
What do we get to play? Okay, so all the leaks were true. Noted.
Observe, connect, conceal. Guardian, I had a vision. Conform, comply, return.
Ooh.
Come to show us disasters. Observe, connect, conceal. I'm not human anymore. Return, conform,
Whoa.
comply. No one else should know what this feels like.
Those look like new Fallen. What the fuck is that kind of a gun?
Enough. Terminate your suspicion, Commander. Remove your scornful blindfold.
That No Land Beyond?
Connect. Conceal. Conform. Comply. Return.
We moving through the ducts like...
Return.
That's certainly an interesting trailer.
All right, that gives us an awful lot to go ahead and continue to dive into.
You have my
and
attention.
here to help us go ahead and explore a little bit more of it. Everyone, you probably noticed we've been joined by someone new here on the couch. We are privileged to be joined by someone who's the originator of perhaps my favorite all-time Destiny emote, the one and only Dave Samuel, art director here at Bungie. Dave, how's it going,
Big up,
man?
Dave,
It's going
dude.
great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For anyone who maybe for some reason somehow doesn't have that emote in their collection or hasn't seen you at a past fight-up, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, I'm art director on Edge of Fate. I work with the art team to visualize the narrative and
He's
design
so
and
fucking
kind of
cool,
bring it
man.
all
I love
together.
this guy.
It's a lot to bring together. Thank you very much for being here today.
Yeah.
So with the Edge of Fate, it's obviously the first expansion in the Fate saga. Allison, I'd love to start with you, actually. What can you tell us about the Edge of Fate?
The Edge of Fate begins with an invitation, and we are
Of the
invited,
nine?
along with a very specific group of people, to a location, to a moment in time, for a very specific reason.
Very specific.
Moment in
Very
time.
specific reason and purpose, yes. And the place that we're going to is called Kepler.
Kepler.
And so
Yeah,
you may be
people
saying,
predicted
now,
that, yeah.
Allison, hold on, hold your horses
You read
1
my mind.
second,
Yeah.
because the Kepler I know is the one that's way outside of our galaxy. What do you mean we're going to Kepler? And I say, like, dear friend, didn't you know if you look inside in Destiny's universe, the Oort cloud at the edge of the solar system, you'll find a little planetoid that also happens to be named Kepler here in the world of Destiny.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going, to Kepler.
Super exciting. This is kind of a, Robbie, we were talking kind of before the show.
That
This
was
is
kind
the-
of
like the
found
first
in the
taste of
ARG.
something new, right?
Yeah, so what you're seeing here is us just trying something new. We're expanding the universe of Destiny, creating new mysteries to uncover. This whole destination is about exploring a labyrinthian
Very
world
Vex and
that took
Fallen.
inspirations from things like Dreaming City, exotic missions, dungeons, and it's wrapping it all through a Metroidvania expired experience. And so at the heart of all of this, at the heart of the Edge of Fate, is a player-driven exploration and discovery of an exotic world with brand new abilities.
So actually to even just maybe dig a little bit deeper, like how is the Edge of Fate going to be different from past expansions that we've made for Destiny?
Yeah, so at the global scale, when we're thinking about expansions in the Year of Prophecy and the formula of Destiny expansions going forward, first off, we're doing 2 expansions a year instead of just 1. And think of each of these expansions as a little bigger than something like a Rise of Iron from D1.
Little
And
bigger
both
than
of
Rise
these
of Iron.
expansions combined are going to be even more expansion content.
fuck
than
are
we've done in
those
the past.
things,
And
dude?
by delivering 2 of these a year, we're upping the pace of major world and story
Corsairs.
events that really matter
Oh,
to
well,
players
those
and
died
are gonna be
instantly.
pushing the Fate saga forward.
Oh my God,
And so,
wait, there's little meters
we're
for your
trying radical
special and
new
heavy
things,
ammo.
which each of these expansions. And so alongside this new destination of Kepler, this exotic
My life
world
is
that
fucking
players
saved.
will explore with brand new abilities, we also have world tiers.
Look at the
And
bottom
world
left
tiers
below
allow you
your
to
fucking
take on
ammo.
a higher level of challenge on the
Imp
destination
Swarm.
in order to extract some of the best loot within the release.
Oh,
But
God.
What's cool about world tiers is
They're
as you
gonna
play
give
through the
everyone
mainline
lucent
story
moths.
and you play through the first couple of world tiers, you're going to unlock later world tiers. And as you're claiming these abilities, as you're exploring the world more, as you're discovering more within the release, you're putting these puzzle pieces together and you're figuring out how to solve all the mysteries on Kepler with different ways. And so you might play a puzzle in one way, a mission in one way, and when you're in these higher world tiers in the post game, you can start to solve these problems in different ways that you couldn't before in the original playthrough. And so alongside all of this, we're also going to have a ton of quest content that we're rethinking about how we use within the game. And so on Kepler, there's some non-linearity within the destination itself. And so with a lot of our side
It's
quest
like the
content
exact
that is,
opposite of what the
related
final
to the
shape
critical
was.
path, but you don't have to play it. It's there for you to explore. It's driven by your discovery of the world. You're out in the field, you discover something and you pick it up, and that's going to help you explore the characters and the world of Kepler more and go deeper on that story. And so, yeah, again, this is all about us just looking at the formulas that we've been building in Destiny over the last 10 years, and some of them are really strong, but they're due for some experimentation and some radical changes. And so that's what you're seeing here with the first taste of the Edge of Fate.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see more.
I love everything you just said. I was a little distracted by some of the gameplay we were showing, like exotic sniper rifle, I think I saw. Kind
New
of
Land
recognize that.
Beyond.
Some enemies with a couple really cool twists. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But then also there was a guardian that turned into like a lightning ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's multiple new abilities that your players are going to be able to discover on Kepler that's going to make them navigate and look at the world.
Okay, but are
in
they gonna
different
be, like-
ways. But the one
like
you're talking
abilities,
about, Dylan,
abilities?
we see it as our premier ability, the crown jewel of the release, and that's called Matterspark. And Dave has joined us, and he's helps us take the vision of the narrative and the design and the art and smush it together in amazing experiences. And so I think Dave should talk to us more about Matterspark.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So there's this new source of energy on Kepler, this strange dark matter. So
Thank you, Dave.
The
Thank
Guardian
you, Dave.
binds itself to the dark matter using the arc powers within. You can think of the dark matter as like a medium, and the arc.
Yeah,
is
this
the
isn't like a
catalyst that
subclass
will,
thing. This
allow
is
you
a
to completely
Kepler-specific
transform.
thing.
Transforming into Matterspark lets you squeeze into tight areas, race around
Yo!
areas, jump over stuff.
Can we do
and it
Matterspark
also
racing?
allows you to turn into this basically electric rolling ball of death, jolting and shocking enemies that come across your path.
Yes, that's not like an
Obviously,
ability. That's
one big part movement, one big part
specific
combat.
thing
But I mean,
for-
even just in addition to that, to look a little bit, wider, like how did the Matterspark Ball kind of influence the world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, the team really had to
Phaedron.
rethink what it means to build a destination with these abilities in mind. A simple hill becomes a ramp to get to a new space.
Yeah.
A crack in the wall, it basically will reveal a whole new area to explore. It's
That's
also
just
a new
the
way to
ghost crushing
engage with
animation, man.
enemies. Instead
come on
of
now.
taking a bunch of enemies head on, you can find a Matterspark pad, transform, turn into this electric ball
Whoa.
of death, and then just like start racing around the arena, dash over their heads, and flank from behind, and then really give the House of Exile on Kepler a bad day.
As well, we should. It's a good
Going
day
through
for
the
us as
fucking
well.
vents, huh?
So what are some of the other Kepler
Oh,
abilities
so
that we'll
by
be able to
making
unlock
those
while we're out there
platforms,
as
you
well?
can, yeah.
So each of these Kepler abilities are a mix of dark matter and our Guardian's powers. So
Yeah.
we have the Relocator Cannon, which is this new fallen dark matter tech mixed with void. This is going to allow you to bypass laser walls, use these cascading relay networks.
That's a
and
new
just
strand
basically
melee.
teleport around the world.
Or is that the dark matter
Another
thing?
ability that we have is Mattermorph. This is dark matter mixed with strand, allows you to manipulate the environment. You'll be able to basically push and morph and move geometry to create bridges, open up doorways, and then also reveal secrets and new opportunities.
Yeah, so what's really important about what Dave is describing, and when we were thinking about building this world, it was all about like, hey, here's this new tool to navigate and see the world in a different way and solve little puzzles and mysteries throughout the missions, the free roam, and the quest content, and beyond. But also what was really important to us is that we lean into Destiny's first-class ability gameplay. And so with Matterspark, like Dave is mentioning, you're jumping, you're dashing into enemies to destroy them, you're doing giant explosions with them. With the Relocator Cannon, you're just blowing everything up with void explosions and graviton lance style like projectile, little secret projectiles. And then what's really fun about Mattermorph is you can just be like throwing these strange
hope this shit's in the
shurikens,
raid.
basically to just like delete an encounter before you then like start to morph the environment around you and move to the next area. And so
Please tell me,
it's
like,
just really
that's
exciting
stuff that you can do in the
I'm
raid.
incredibly excited about watching players just like solve puzzles and
Also,
fight
like the
encounters in ways
Mattermorph
that,
thing
like,
is
we don't even
100% like a
expect.
Metroid
Yeah,
kind
to
of
see
thing,
how
like
they take on
like
the
Samus
destination.
rolling
Just,
into
like,
the ball.
I really want to emphasize
Like,
you're going to be upgrading these.
come
and
on
when you
now.
get into especially the post-game experience, it's going to unlock. There's something unlocks with Matterspark that really changes the way that you can play through the entire destination.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about dark matter,
Yes.
we have darkness abilities like strand and stasis already.
How is this different?
How is dark matter different?
Yeah, so dark matter and darkness are two completely separate things. They're completely different things.
Yeah. Okay.
But dark matter does exist in our world. In the world of Destiny, we know it as being tightly connected to the Nine. It's what the Nine are actually made out of.
Right.
In our world, dark matter is invisible. You can't really see it.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be very fun to make
Hey, the derelict
a
is up there.
destination where there's an invisible thing that
I
you
didn't
can't
see that
actually
yet.
see. So lucky for us on Kepler, there's a bioluminescent microbe that allows us to see all of this substance that's impacted this world so much. It allows us to see how it's impacted the plant life, how it's impacted the behavior of the peoples that we're going to encounter.
That's
and
a
we
gorgeous
can see
space,
how
by
it
the
has
way.
been able to bring these things that are kind of unstuck in time into this current location.
I do have to put on my drifter hat for just a second and, like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like?
What does it taste like?
Dark matter smells and tastes like bleach and math.
Sulfur.
It's true.
Cannot wait to get that chip flavor.
Yeah.
Get it with a sandwich today. After.
It looks very
Yeah,
sulfury.
it's pretty good. Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure, that was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo. Not in Apollo, we're introducing him in The Edge of Fate.
Yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Brian Villalobos, who portrays Lodi and does a spectacular job. This character is fascinating.
I love white guy
He's
number
kind of
5.
a fish out of water, but the fun thing about tropes is to kind of put a twist on them, right? So what if that fish that we pulled out of the water was the most qualified fish to be pulled out into the air?
Down for anything.
It's down for anything. And
yeah.
what if that fish was kind of made
It's
to
average
be
white
pulled out
guy.
of the water? I don't want to give away too much because this character is way more fun for the players to figure out what his deal is. But I will say that Lodi is very, very far from home.
Very fair, very exciting. So
I do have to call out too, before we started this, you and Robbie were talking about how Lodi is like a notice me character.
Oh yeah. Robbie wanted a senpai.
I
yeah.
did. I wanted someone that I just wanted to spend a bunch
Yeah.
of time with on this new adventure we're going on.
Yeah, a friend
Okay.
that we can look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
Notice me.
Notice
Notice
me,
me.
Lodi.
Yeah, of course.
He
It
will.
writes
He will.
itself, or rather Allison does. So with regards to the characters as well, so is it a whole new cast of characters in The Edge of Fate?
No, we're going to see some new faces like Lodi and other characters, but we're also going to see some familiar ones too. Ikora is here. The
Of course.
stakes are high enough that she's here investigating what's going on. And
We'll
as
say
it turns
Lodi's,
out, in
like,
one of our
clothing and
major
everything looks really
mysteries,
cool.
She's kind of at the center of it. She was invited here, as was Lodi, same as we were. All of it's kind of tied together.
Very exciting. So
Yeah, the way, if I can,
No, no,
yeah,
please.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
please,
like
yeah.
the way we think about this is about all these characters, their fates are intertwined in some
Yes.
way. There's these puppet masters that have been pulling the strings for a very, very long time in order for everyone to get here at this moment. And so as a guardian and these characters involved, they're gonna have to decide if they're fight your fate. Like that's what we think about. For these individuals, that's what they're going to have to go through and determine about how they can stand up to this new conflict that is
Right.
surrounded by the Nine, because they are fated to be here. And what does that mean for them, and what does that mean for their future and the future of Soul itself?
So with regard to these new characters and this world we find ourselves in, was there anything about that setting or in particular that really influenced the creation rather of this world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, I'll give you a list of fun facts. First off, if you've been paying attention to Destiny over the last week or so, you already know that there's been people on Kepler for a long time.
Yeah.
That's an old-ass computer that
Yeah.
you were putting those numbers into. We also know that the Vex are here. They're studying the Nine because turns out the Nine can do something that the Vex can't. As Dave mentioned, the House of Exile are also here. They've become
What the fuck are they
fixated on
doing
a
there?
being that they call the Giver. And kind of most importantly, the dimensionality on Kepler is really thin. So the 3 dimensions that we can know and see and touch are very close to the realm that the Nine live in. And that means some things from Earth's past have been yanked into Kepler's present.
Exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking about invitations throughout this, and we need to call out an invitation that's actually going to be waiting in the game after this is over. Ride of the Nine begins today.
Yeah.
So I believe we have a trailer to show.
Yeah, you were nice enough to bring a trailer along.
Ride of the Nine
go ahead and give it a
trailer?
look.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's do
We're
it.
playing this today, chat, in like 35 minutes. Oh. Okay, that leads me to believe prophecies first. Only the strongest will endure. We'll be playing ultimatum mode. There's Bane's in there in ultimatum, by the looks of it. That's today, baby.
All right, so that's Ride of the Nine, which is our essential prologue
swap.
story for The Edge of Fate. And these 3 dungeons that are featured in this event are free for all players starting today. And so what's really important about this is that these dungeons are both for veteran dungeon crawlers, hardcore raiders, people have been in these places a lot, but also new Guardians who have never stepped into a dungeon before, right? What was really important for us when we were developing Rite of the Nine was that we are changing the formula on how we can think about how we can welcome even more people into these experiences. And so you're going to be able to go in solo, buffed up, and explore a dungeon by yourself, or go in match made with other fire team members shoulder to shoulder for the very first time. But don't worry, because we also have that higher level challenge for our veteran, our hardcore dungeon crawlers, where you're going to be able to earn the best possible loot, exclusive rewards, and also an exclusive title as part of Rites of the Nine.
What's the title?
What's also really important about this event for being a prologue for the Edge of Fate is that it really reintroduces the emissary into the game, and you're going to learn why her job is pretty crappy and why she quits at the top of the Edge of Fate, like we saw at the beginning of this show. And so, Andy, we've been talking a bunch about how our Destiny expansions are changing the formula for Destiny going forward. So now I think it's time for us to start talking about how the core hobby of Destiny is changing going forward.
Yes,
the day-to-day of playing Destiny.
Please.
Experience.
This is
We've got,
way more
someone else
important
on
than
the
any of
couch
that
here
expansion
to help
shit.
us talk about that.
We have an expert in that very subject.
This is
now, who's
way
gone ahead and
more
joined us
important.
on the couch. We are now joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Womack, creative director here on Destiny. Ben, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be here. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, seriously.
There is a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good conversation we have coming up.
Yes.
But before we get into that, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah. So I'm the Destiny 2 creative director for the core game, or the core hobby, as we call it.
Yeah.
And it has to do with all parts of the game, everything from Edge of Fate, through our seasons, through the fundamental systems. And in particular, like Robbie was saying, I've been focusing on thinking about the kind of building blocks of Destiny 2 and getting those
Yes,
not
this
only
is
stood
the
up, but
important
also
stuff.
transformed and iterated on in some really exciting new places.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and just start at the top. Can you tell us a little bit about what the core formula of Destiny is changing and why?
Yes.
Yes,
So I think we
please.
need to start with the why first, because it's important to think about what is Destiny, what is great about Destiny. And Destiny is best when you have awesome chases that you're excited about. You have really cool, powerful builds to make, and there's a mountain to climb that's right in front of you that you want to climb. You're like, I want that mountain. It looks pretty cool. And the thing that is not always true right now in Destiny is it doesn't feel streamlined as it could. Players don't have as much agency. We want to be player-driven. We want to be more rewarding than we are. Because right now there are barriers to playing Destiny in the best way. And those barriers are insurmountable sometimes. So think about that whole picture of, okay, what is the Destiny that we really want, that has been in the past, that we also want to get back to, and where we want to go for the future? That's where all the changes you're going to see have started, at their inception point. So it's a big piece of the pie.
Massive updates coming across so many systems of the game, and we're just getting in, digging into the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to that same end, then, how are we making it easier? Pardon me, to go ahead and just get straight into the fun.
Oh no, let's do it, because that's exactly what we want to do. And the first thing you're going to see when you log into Destiny with Edge of Fate, you're going to log in your character and see your ship in orbit. It's going to say, it's not going to say Open Director. It's going to say Open Portal.
Open
Portal
Portal
is our new front page of the game. We're trying to get you to the fun as fast as possible, and as few clicks as we can. We even have Edge of Fate there in the corner, so that it's right immediately there.
That's
no
good.
fumbling around with
Looks
the map
good.
to get to it.
Looks
really.
good.
And we're also taking other big parts of the game, the ritual game and for seasons, and putting them into these ops categories. So the idea is that we're having these different ops for different moods. We're having solo ops. We have a bunch of fire team ops. We have pinnacle ops, and of course we have crucible ops, still super important for the game.
I mean, to start up at the top, can you tell us a little bit more about what solo ops
Oh, yeah.
entails?
So solo ops is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a bunch of activities that are made for solo players. And the conception point of that was we want to make activities for players who have a smaller amount of time that they want to play in, and they don't necessarily want to have dependencies on other players, but they still want to get in there and play for 10 to 15 minutes and get some real progress.
play,
get some
normal,
loot,
advanced,
get some
extra
loot,
master.
and
Okay.
get your character forward and feel I played some Destiny and that was great. And even if you don't feel like playing with other people, that's fine.
Hey, you
'cause
haven't
we
been
have
able to
an
launch those
activity type
battlegrounds
that is
before,
designed for
apart
one
from
player.
Season of the Chosen.
So, I mean, to that
saw
same end,
Battleground
what are
Oracle
some
there.
other ways that we can play and have fun using Portal as well?
Yeah, so Robbie actually has a great way of talking about this.
Yeah, some of the North Star that is what we talk about when we were developing the Portal early on was where are we headed with this thing? And ultimately, it's play your way. It's giving players more agency, more personal drive to figure out how they want to engage with the power climb and the new progression systems coming and our seasons. And so the entirety new progression and power climb is now all available to you in the portal at your fingertips in one place. It's really easy to find, really easy to jump in. Anything you play inside of that category is any of those categories is gonna help you make progress. And so, because we want Destiny to be welcoming not only to new players, but also old players who are coming back to the game to join us with the Edge of Fate. And we also want this to be like a new even playing field for everyone. And so as part of this is a commitment from us as part of the core hobby and all the seasonal content we're building that we're going to be continually investing in this, right? We're going to be continually updating this over time for years to come. And so, you know, you're asking me directly, like, what else is there to do? Ben mentioned solo ops. We also have the fire team ops and pinnacle ops. Both these are more around playing with other fire team members, shoulder to shoulder, where fire team ops are more quicker sessions. There are some longer form things in it too, but then pinnacle ops are more about those really long form or more challenging kind of focused activities like exotic missions, for instance. And so, and then the one thing we haven't talked about yet very deeply, but is incredibly important, and it's something that I think we've done for the first time like ever, or maybe since early D1.
It's kind of a return to form.
Yeah. You're going to be able to experience the entirety of the power climb within Crucible Ops by playing PvP, right? Okay. So this means like, if you want to be sweaty, Andy.
That's good for people.
Dylan too. I know you're that way, right? Like
Arms weak.
Like, if you want to put the sweatbands on, you're going to be able to play the entire experience in the season here and earn some of the highest tier loot that's also available in the game.
I have to say, this is like super exciting because like my player type or other folks out in the community, like they want to go in, they want to jam on PvP, but then their friends invite them to do a dungeon or a higher tier activity, and they're like, oh wait, I need to grind a long time to get up to power. Now through PvP, they can get up to power, and you can just bring them into that PvE experience and have a fun time with each other.
Okay.
That's honestly how I primarily played D1, so I'm really looking forward to that. So it sounds like the core, obviously, of what you guys are talking about, play the way you want to play. It's the center of all of it. What if I really want to challenge myself, push myself?
Oh yeah, that's important to us. Depth. That's important to us.
Well, death, but also success.
Yes,
and
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we really want to give agency. That's one of the things. Agency player driven towards loot and challenge. And so we have a really hugely expanded activity customization system. We have a lot more difficulty levels, and we have a ton of new modifiers. We have 50 new modifiers along with all the old modifiers that we've released in the past. That are gonna make this big curated web of options for you to experience any of the PvP content in the curator. And so, like, we have Banes, not just old Banes. We have
Ultimate. There's a thing
There's
above
boons to help
Grandmaster.
you, like, get advantages in your activities and for your build. We have challenges.
There
and
is a god.
trade-offs. And the fun part is you're going to get these different combinations.
There is a
that are
god.
available, and you're going to then make a mix that's actually going to change the way you play and be pretty interesting, and sometimes be the way you prefer.
Also, that
to
power
play.
level was 500.
There's a new boon called Grappler that I personally love. It's kind of my preferred way to play, where they give you 3 grapple grenades, replacing your current grenade. You can't do the melee, but they recharge super fast. So any build you want, you could now Spider-Man around any map. It's actually super fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's at the heart of what Ben is talking about is what we kind of call the virtuous cycle.
Yeah, that power level was reset. That was at 0.
With the activity, looking at like how you can earn
you started at 0 power
reward by taking on higher challenge, and as you earn better loot, you're looking towards that next mountain to climb just ahead of you all the time. And so
that's
this is
great.
really about how far you want to push yourself.
Like, please.
Finally,
the power reset we've all been wanting.
We also are thinking about the people, and that's the depth, right? That's the depth of the challenge that we're talking about. That's also, but we're also thinking about the people
goodbye to
who
your
don't have
2020
as much time
power
to play
level
with like solo ops, and also if you're scared of modifiers or you're scared of customizing these
turn them off.
You just don't feel like
doing it. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Thank you. We have a bunch of quick play options, right?
Okay.
Yeah, quick play options, and we actually have matchmaking and fire team ops. And we have fire team finder.
I'm so excited for the modifier selection system, dude. I need to see more of that, like, stat.
We technically have matchmaking.
I know they're not going to, but I need to.
That exists.
Except for
I need to see it for raids. I need to see it for raids.
But in the fire teams and pinnacle ops, it's everything.
Yeah, you'll have options to play by yourself or with other people. Oh, actually, a really fun part is you can play a strike by yourself as hard as you want to. Which is really fun.
Solo strikes finally.
You're talking about
that's
like,
awesome.
all the different boons and combinations. I think at one point you were saying around 50 or something like that. Those
50 new ones.
50 new ones.
Yeah.
So it's
50
like you can
new
take those
modifiers
into
and
solo ops. Like, we're
boons.
talking about this being kind of leisurely, bite-sized activity, but if you want to take it and say, I don't want Weenie Hut Jr., I want like esoteric level solo hardest thing in the world, like you can kind of
I want that.
You can just do it from the very start if you really want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Depends on how deep you want to go.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
And the point is that you're going to like stretch that far.
Please tell me I can toss all that shit on the campaign too.
Yeah, you want to feel like as you're pushing yourself, you are rewarded for it. That is something.
I need to toss all that shit on the campaign. Give me like a Grandmaster campaign.
Rewards, huh?
Awards. There are a lot of rewards, aren't there?
It's funny you mentioned it. Yeah,
Okay.
we've got Banes, Boons,
Talk about the weapons
modifiers,
and armor
but,
system,
Let's talk
please.
about gear for a little bit here.
Yes.
What's changing about loot and why should Guardians care?
Yeah, so
Please.
we talk about chases and mountains and builds. Like gear's at the center.
Give me
of
the
all of
deets.
that. And we actually have 2 giant gear changes. I'm gonna put
With weapons
in 2
and
little
armor,
buckets
yeah.
for us to talk about.
Yep.
The first one is Armor 3.0.
Armor
And the
3.0,
next one
they're
is
finally-
gear tiers. And so talking about Armor 3.0 first, we are probably making the biggest change ever since Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
Huge.
System. It's
Yeah.
enormous.
Huge change.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
adding
yeah,
a
Intellect's
set
gone, it's ammo
bonuses,
now.
which is a long requested
Oh, no,
feature,
wait. Ooh,
for all
hold
the
on,
new
no,
armor
wait.
that you're going to be able to get at Edge of Fate launch, and we're redoing all the stats on armor.
Oh,
So
intellect
you can
increases
now,
super energy
exceed
from all
100,
sources.
go
Intellect
beyond-
is back.
Go beyond 100 for extra bonuses.
Yep.
We're going to every single piece of new legendary armor that drops is going to have all the energy filled in, so you can build crafting right away.
It's
And
a viable
it's going
stat
to
again.
essentially, there's more features.
Intellect's
actually
a
that I
viable
could talk
stat
about, but
again.
I don't think I'm allowed to yet.
Fair. Well, something that we can't talk about too, you mentioned gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so gear
Oh
tiers
my
are
God,
very
I've
exciting
s-
because
I have
every
so
single
much to look
legendary
at.
Weapon and armor
Fuck.
that you can get is going to have 5 gear tiers, starting from 1 going up to 5. And we have a 5 gear tier 5 piece of legs armor on the screen right now, and you can see that this is looks really cool with the iconography, but it also has a ton more stats. And oh look, what's that?
Yeah, what's going on with the energy there?
Yeah, the energy.
Ben?
Yeah, that energy says 11, and it's true.
11. Yep.
It's not a typo.
11
energy's going
energy,
to 11
okay.
for higher tier armor. And so if you want that for your build crafting opportunities, it does give you some new options you never had
Okay.
before. You're going to have to challenge yourself to get more higher tier armor and keep on going to get yet more higher tier armor to get those options.
Yeah. And this is also not something that's just relegated to armor, right? When it comes to weapons, they're obviously getting their own refresh as well.
Yes,
What's Destiny without chasing some?
You read
hot
my mind.
weapons?
Yeah,
Yeah,
weapons
Yeah.
are part of the player identity. You know, so people have
Oh
a
my
gun that
God,
they love, and-
I need to frame by frame
and
this
have
shit, man, but I
gun-
can't because we are
That's
about to
true.
play
So we
fucking
do
right on
have
9.
fashion for your guns a bit.
Okay.
Well, so because once you reach tier 5 for your legendary drops, you're going to be getting tier 5 weapons, and those have unique shader treatment.
Okay.
It's
All tier 5
essentially
weapons
a
have unique
completely
shader
different look
treatment?
that's going to immediately identify it to you
Ooh.
and others that this is the highest
Everything's
tier
enhanced.
here
Oh,
of
fuck.
this drop that you can get. It's going to show on the weapon. It's going to
Help.
show on the icon. It's even going to show when you kill enemies with that weapon, because
200 plus 100. What does that plus 100
Turn
mean?
on or off if you don't want it, but
Is that because
your
it's new
gameplay
gear?
will show that the weapon that is being used is the highest tier you can get.
Yeah, Giver's Blessing, which I think we have on screen right now. This is one of the Kepler auto
Yeah, it's
rifles,
the
and I
5 diamonds below
I cannot
it.
put
Yeah,
this
yeah,
thing down.
it's so good.
Yeah, when we're playing through the Edge of Fate right now, and it's what's really exciting about it for me is that when you see that tier 5 drop, immediately that's better than a tier 3 or tier 4 weapon that you have, right? And I think that's when we talk about making Destiny easier to just jump in, find the fun, make it accessible, but also create more depth.
Yeah.
This is what we're thinking about. It's how can we just make immediate you understand.
That was just a
okay, this
kinetic
is
auto
probably
rifle,
better
too.
than the
Nothing
thing I
too
have
special, but-
right now, depending on what gear tier it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good example of how much time and effort is being put into these game systems to make them more approachable. Change can be scary. There's a lot of change that's about to come to the game. We're Armor 3.0, we have so many new boons, we have a bunch of new stuff. And after 10 years of Destiny, this is going to flip some stuff on its head. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to have a bunch of blog content. We're going to have interviews
Oh,
with
wait,
Robbie,
there was
with
an
Ben,
ammo
with folks
generation stat on
across the
those
team that have
weapons.
been working on this. And then we'll also be elevating our creator community when they're creating guides, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But
Ammo generation
ultimately,
stat is
big
huge.
shout out and thank you to all the folks that have
Having
been
that
coming into our
actually
studio,
visible.
giving feedback
Because I know
early
that
on some of
stat
these
already
systems so they can
exists,
be
but
more
having it
approachable.
visible is fantastic.
And we're looking forward to all the feedback that's going to be coming after launch too. This is again one of our first steps into something, and then the community and we are going to build something amazing.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how much feedback we've gotten from the community summits we've been running over the last year for the Edge of Fate, and just people reaching out to the community teams and others to us. Your feedback is invaluable. So seriously, thank you so much. We're making this game together ultimately.
Yeah, it's incredibly important part of the process. I don't think we would be able to make what we do without it.
Yeah. Working with the community is obviously a core part. Dylan, huge thanks to you and your team, obviously, for helping to lead that charge. And in advance for the big blogs you get to write. And then also our social media team will go ahead and get out the door. So go ahead and give us a follow.
I think,
across the
Ben,
board, but
you were saying you wanted
I
to try
better
to break
get
the record
massive
for
blog
longest
articles about all of
I'm
this,
more
in the next
predicting
2
we are.
weeks, man.
So
It's not about try, it's the state of things.
it's going to be a multi-month journey as we head towards launch. So
yeah, be a good time. But we've been talking a lot about the core Destiny hobby. How does that extend into how players are going to experience a full year of Destiny?
Yeah, so we've been focusing on improving and changing the formula of Destiny in multiple ways. And so progressing through the Fate Saga is going to be more meaningful with 2 expansions a year. We've been talking about how focusing our seasons and on the core
Ash
hobby
and
of Destiny,
Iron and
commitment to
Shadow and
continually
Order.
updating it. And in addition, we're going to have 2 free
Reclamation
major
and
updates
Lawless.
between each of our major
That
expansions
Renegades thing
coming,
is just Star
beginning
Wars
of
font,
Prophecy and
right?
beyond.
We all
And
agree
so
that that's just
ultimately
Star
that
Wars
means there's
font.
4 big beats happening in a year, 2 expansions, 2 free major updates between those expansions. So what that
New
means
Rate and
we're
the Edge
not
of Fate, New
doing
Dungeon and
is
Renegades,
paid
yeah.
seasonal content anymore. We're not doing separate
No more paid seasonal
storylines.
content, yeah.
And this also means we're not building a bunch of activity content that basically just goes away and is less meaningful to the game
Yes.
after 3 months. So
Yes.
we're instead focusing all of
Good.
that effort that used to go there instead into building
December
up the core
2nd,
hobby
by the way,
of
for
game,
Renegades.
So the core hobby stays fresh and exciting, year round. And so ultimately, this means no more paywalls for seasonal content.
Good.
And also these major
Good.
updates themselves that I'm signposting around right now. The size of them roughly and the inspiration for them we're thinking about is like Into the Light.
Okay.
So when you
that
say like
checks out.
Into the
Yeah.
Light, for folks that aren't out there, like what for a major update, how big is that? Like how do you encapsulate
Yeah,
that?
so when I say Into the Light, a lot of this is like the inspiration of what it was. And with Into Light came a really cool theme that wrapped around all the new stuff we were building within it, but also a lot of the reprise stuff as well. And also, with it came Onslaught, a new type of activity.
Yep.
It came with reprised exotic missions and a rethinking of how we could do like a rad style event, a raid event
Pantheon.
with the Pantheon. And so for our first major update coming a few weeks after the Edge of Fate launches, we've got Ash and Iron. Right? And so with Ash and Iron, we're going to be returning to the Plague Lands.
Returning to the Plague Lands.
What?
It's going to happen, baby. And so that story is going to pick up from where we left off, from the Edge of Fate. And with it, we're going to have a new activity called Reclaim, a brand new exotic mission, new types of pinnacle ops.
mean,
that for the
surely
first
no
time, as
Wrath
well
of
as,
the
course,
Machine, right?
What's Destiny without loot to chase? We've got new gear, new rewards, and 2 new exotic weapons as part of Ash and Iron as well. And again, this major update and the season, all the seasonal content going forward is free
Plague
for all
Lands?
players. All the activity content that exists in the portal that's free to play.
Okay.
So even to actually go one quick
Sure.
layer two deeper on seasons as well, what are some of the cool things that we're going to be able to do with the season that's launching alongside the Edge of Fate?
Yeah, Ben has been working on this space with the team for a while now, so I'm going to kick this one to him. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to make any time the best time to hop into Destiny.
Yeah.
And one of the
okay,
ways
give
we
us a
wanna
better new
do that
player
is we want to
experience
invest
first.
in-
It's dog
in
shit
events
right
that
now.
are like
The
accelerating
portal is not
game
affixed to
and
the new player
enhancing
experience.
every part of the
Like,
game.
let me
Also
just
doing
put that
cool
out
stuff.
there.
And actually,
The portal
we've
is
been working
not
on so
affixed.
long. We actually have some new cool stuff coming before the Edge of Fate.
It's a special little treat.
Yeah, special treat. So this Friday, you can play a little event, maybe you've heard of it, called Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal,
which
yeah.
is Tanks versus Briggs, a new PvP mode. It's super fun. I would kind of wish I was playing it right now, not going to lie. But the thing that people at home don't
we've
know
seen this.
is we have a new reward. That's a unique thing in Destiny if you invest in this event, if you go and play it. And it is a free-to-play event. So this reward is free to play. It is a new combat vehicle that goes in your Sparrow sled, combat Sparrow, if you will.
A
called the
combat
Griffin.
Sparrow?
And this is a really cool, combat-ready vehicle you can take anywhere you can summon a Sparrow. You can summon it and use it to fight your enemies and just have a really good time. And there's some really cool. There's some really cool build crafting things with this vehicle that I don't.
Anywhere you can summon a Sparrow, you can have a combat Sparrow.
We're going to ride those skimmers forever.
Well, I mean, we've been saying what was
Skimmers
it?
are dead.
Is Flash and the Griffin is Splat.
There we go. The dad joke quota has been met.
We got to get one in.
Absolutely, yeah. But
Surely they'll be
you
slower,
got more
right?
for us, don't you?
Oh yeah. So like I just said, there's more events that we've been making. There's one that's going to happen right after the launch of Edge of Fate. It's called Arms Week, and it's a 1 week long event, and you're going to be focusing on one weapon archetype in Arms Week whenever it comes around.
Okay.
And this one is going to give you a new legendary weapon of that type. It's going to have some volatile mods that are there for the week that are going to be super interesting and fun to play with, and some focus.
It's like a 1 week meta focus for that weapon. Okay.
There is a problem when you say this event is going to be about weapons and about using them.
Yeah, you got to have a place to test all that out.
Right, and
Yeah,
so I mean, I've been doing that in EDZ this whole time. I don't know about the rest of you.
Those poor dregs.
Right? But there is a new way now. We
Okay.
have a new feature, a long requested feature that is being added.
Please,
with
please,
it is
Tribute
the
Hall,
shooting range.
please.
And the shooting range is being
Yes!
added to the tower. It is a now permanent addition to the
Oh my
game
God,
with
the
launch
damage
arms
numbers
we're
at the
not taking
top!
away. And you can go there and you can try out everything in
Yes!
your kit, everything about your build.
Yes!
with all
Finally!
sorts of simulations of different kinds of enemies
Finally!
and situations, and it's all real damage numbers. It's like
Oh my God!
You've got a scoreboard
You
right there.
and your fire team.
Yeah, your whole raid team can get.
Oh
go
my
down into
God!
shooting range and
The
try to
whole raid
see
team can
exactly
get in
how well you
here.
can do for some kind of boss at this range or with a
Say,
strategy.
who can do most of the damage, right?
Yeah, well, you're probably gonna know.
You can
because-
We have a
6-person
round plan.
damage
it's
test.
not just a shooting range. Like you can go beyond the firing line and use your abilities too.
Oh my
Yeah, you
God!
totally can. And like, if you wanted to, you could even take in Prismatic and pop Transcendence and try that out. And well, I think the reason why we're not seeing that right now is because it's a Titan.
Yeah, it's a good soldier.
Yeah. They,
Standing on that fire.
Oh my
Staying
God,
with
this is
All
so
about building that line of
fantastic.
standing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
A lot of theory crafters are going to have to go ahead and have some.
Oh, this is way like better than I thought they would
That'd
ever
be a really
do
good
a shooting
tool, like,
range.
As we're adding all of these
Fuck,
different
dude,
systems
I
with
can't
gear
believe I'm this
tiering and all
excited
that,
over a fucking
you can go
shooting
in and check
range.
those damage numbers in real time. Like, how do my stats change? How are these different gear bonuses going to affect my gameplay? You can see it in the tower now.
Yeah.
yeah.
And while we're talking about weapons,
Oh yeah.
got
Well,
one more thing, right?
Yeah, no, there's one more thing. I know
Yeah.
you're excited.
Okay.
So there's more events. Of course, there's more events, and the holiday events are coming up. Where Solstice is right around the corner. as well.
Summertime, right?
It's summertime. Sometimes it's solstice time in Destiny 2.
Okay.
And Solstice has some really cool twists and such that we're planning, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I want to show you all the new hollow foil treatment we have for Solstice weapons.
Okay.
So here we go. This is the hollow foil treatment for Solstice in 2025.
Oh.
It is
so good.
It's amazing every time I look at it.
Yeah.
it is an ocean.
That's not worthy.
And the line, we put the ocean on a gun. How do we do that? It's beautiful. I love it. And
That's really
any
pretty.
kind of weapon that drops.
Hey, new
for this
perks.
event can
That top right
have
perk's
hollow
new.
foil no
Yeah,
matter
So it
what
could be
the
tier 1 or tier 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, any
exactly.
weapon can have a hollow foil.
Yeah,
when we're playing through.
the tier 5 hollow foil.
Ooh.
Like that's gonna be a chase. Our other events will also have hollow foils.
Yeah, like Arms
Okay.
Week.
Arms Week will have its own hollow foil.
Arms
option,
Week will
like
have its own hollow foil.
Every event, a major event we have, will have a hollow foil treatment. The holidays will have their own kind of special one, but yeah, Arms Week will
Okay.
have their hollow foil drops that you can farm as well.
Okay.
no, it's going
Yeah,
to be
more
a good time. I'm
shiny
gonna have
weapon
way
variants.
too much
That's-
stuff
that's
to chase
good.
down,
It's
so
good stuff
appreciate
to
you guys
chase.
putting all the hard work
Yeah.
in, obviously for that. I
Edge of Fate
believe
launches in,
one more
Red of the
thing.
Nine launches in like 10
Yeah,
minutes,
I mean,
by the way.
We've been talking a lot about here are the free updates coming to Destiny, the portal, a bunch of different stuff, Edge of Fate, but we also have another expansion, and we need Allison back on the couch to talk about
Right,
it.
yeah, Allison.
She's the best one to talk
Yeah,
we go.
we've got something very exciting, and so once again,
Okay.
Allison, thank you for taking the time to
Talking
to
about
join us today.
Renegades?
We appreciate it.
Of course. I'm so excited to be the one more thing.
Yeah, it's a tradition around here, so we're glad that you could obviously go ahead and lead us into this one. But as Dylan mentioned, we've talked about the Edge of Fate, but this is the first year we're going to be doing 2 expansions over the course of a year. Can you tell us a little bit about Renegades?
Yeah, so we're going to have
Please.
a dedicated reveal for Renegades in September alongside our major update, Ashen Iron.
Okay.
But earlier, we were talking about how sometimes our formulas can constrain us
Okay.
from experimenting and innovating. And so in that spirit, Renegades is going to be very different from the Edge of Fate.
Okay.
What I can tell you, and we'll talk
You have
plenty
my
about it
attention.
later, is that we're going to be experimenting and innovating with activities, with social mechanics,
Okay.
and more. But more importantly, I want to talk about our inspiration. And so I have to kind of tee it up first. So Renegades is going to be a Destiny, definitively Destiny expansion. This is
Okay.
part of the Fate saga, and it's going to push it forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. It is an essential Fate saga story. And it's an homage to a universe that has inspired Bungie from the start. It's a universe that all
Watch
of
the
us
Star
here on the
Wars,
couch grew
right?
up with, as well as everyone else at the studio and millions of you back at home too. It is a peanut butter and combination, a peanut butter and chocolate combination inside of what we're making.
It's Star
that
Wars,
could
right?
only be possible in the kind of world that we build here. And so I am absolutely thrilled to be able to give our first sneak peek at Destiny 2 Renegades.
Let's take a look.
It's Star Wars, right? Not expecting a Renegades trailer. I mean, yeah, that... Okay, well... With Lucasfilm? They're working together with Lucasfilm?
Okay, Robbie, what did we just see?
Yeah, so that's Renegades, which is coming out this December. And
So they have a
to
support
really drive it
studio
home here,
helping them.
Renegades is a one-of-a-kind Destiny experience, right? And just like we on the Destiny team have taken inspiration from other genres like dark fantasy or cosmic horror, Renegades takes the space western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars. And it puts it through that Destiny lens. And ultimately, it's created a new lawless frontier that is emerging within Seoul. And so, like, we're so excited to show Renegades off a little bit today and to be talking about it more in the future in September alongside the free major update with Ash and Iron. But right now, today, we're focused on Rite of the Nine and what's right around the corner with the Edge of Fate.
Absolutely. No, I heard a lot of calendars get marked just now on September, but
Hopefully.
no, super excited to share more of that in the future. But that actually leads us to the conclusion of today's show, which again, we covered a lot.
Lucasfilm Games helping them is
it's been a good
great.
show.
Like,
honestly, no, we
them
we
not
went
being
through a
the
lot of
only
this. Let's go ahead and
studio
quickly
is
double check.
good.
We obviously went through, and the Year of Prophecy, pardon me, is going to go ahead and kick off on July 15th, and this kicks off a brand new multi-year Fate saga and our new focus on the core hobby of Destiny. The first expansion, The Edge of Fate, is going to be launching again on July 15th, as I noted, with its raid launching on July 19th.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're going through a lot of information. We already
July
covered that,
19th.
but like you
That's
can't just
Saturday.
sneak in a raid date. We have a new raid coming with the expansion.
Saturday
July
launch?
19th. We're gonna have a bunch of blogs.
Okay,
We're
4
gonna have
days is
rules,
better than
regulations,
3.
All that kind of stuff for our raid race.
Of course.
We invite everybody to come in, try to go for that world first title.
4 days is better.
And yeah, I
It's
mean,
something.
Just stay tuned for more details. We're not going to spoil anything. It's a raid. We got to keep it secret.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
Yeah, everybody mark your calendars.
Yeah. Bungie.net is the place to go ahead and learn more. And again, follow our social media channels. Do us all a favor. So
I
in
guess
addition to
4
that,
days is
again,
better than
as
3.
we noted, Ash and Iron, our first free major update, will be launching on September 9th. Renegades, very exciting, will be launching in December.
I'm not happy about it.
And
I
then
am
keep
not.
an eye
I'm
again
very
on our
much
social
not happy
channels.
about
We'll
it.
provide all the updates.
But 4
once
days
they're
is better
available.
than 3.
But as far as today goes, the Edge of Fate and the entire Year of Prophecy pre-orders are available starting right now. Now, pre-ordering for starters, the Ultimate Edition will go ahead and unlock the New Land Beyond.
New land beyond
land.
that exotic sniper.
Super
Ooh, I
exciting.
can't wait, man.
I can't wait, same, honestly. That'll be unlockable in addition to several other goodies. And also, we've also got a collector's edition that'll be available. You can see here on screen, it will be coming with an awful lot of very cool stuff, including this cool statue that you may have noticed here that's been sitting with us on stage. This is one that you can go ahead and add to your collection as well, but that's not all that's in there. Is there, Allison?
We got the writing team got a little excited on this one. We put a lot of lore goodies into this collector's edition. So like that weird metal thing, that weird envelope, boy, weird. Wonder what's up with that.
Just decorative
You should
points?
probably read it. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do a dramatic reading as soon as
Yeah, we should go downstairs immediately after this.
really
Oh yeah, right after this.
Count me in. And then again, too, as far as today goes, Rite of the Nine. This is the essential prologue to the Edge of Fate, and like all of our events moving forward, it's going to be a free to all players. So make sure and go ahead and check that out when that arrives. And
It's not
before
enough.
the show wraps up, make sure and stick around for a little
4
bit
days
longer.
till raid
We're
is
gonna be
not
raiding
enough.
our good
I'm not
friend
happy
Sammy
about
Cat
it.
as well. So go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her we said hello in chat. Pardon me. If you have any Twitch Prime subs or anything like that, go ahead and do us a favor. Drop it over there and check out her stream. She's going to be having a good time. But that concludes it for us here today. So for starters, huge thanks to my teammates here for joining me.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Robbie, Allison, Dylan, of course. There we go. We got Ben, and of course, Mr. Dave Samuel. Thank you all so much for being here today.
Thank you, Dave.
And then, of course, to the crew that puts all this on.
Thank you,
This
everyone.
doesn't happen by accident. Thank you all so much for all of your hard work and dealing with me on these last couple of days. And of course, to everyone at home, to all of our guardians out there in the community, thank you. It's a tremendous privilege to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on early, and it matters only if you guys show up and join us. So we really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed. And otherwise, in the meantime, until we see you again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Okay, well, chat, I'm gonna go prep for the Apollo, or for the Rite of the Nine stream, starting in 5 minutes. Stream is gonna go very briefly offline. Do not worry about it. We will be back ever so shortly. And then we're gonna be playing, Rite of the Nine. We're gonna be playing the dungeons. And we'll see how that goes. All right. All right, chat. I'll see y'all in a little bit on the dungeon side. I will redirect y'all to it. All right. See y'all in a sec.